You got to stream, homie. I can't see it. If there's a guarantee here in the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge, it's that you'll see outrageous battles that last to the very final lap, and you'll be on the edge of your seat the entire time. After mistakes by Josh Klug and Francois Martel on the final lap, Sabian Ragster secured his 4th consecutive win in the series as the Californian continues to make history for the factory team. Does anyone have an answer for him? We'll find out tonight. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Laguna Seca, built in 1957 with money raised by local businesses and individuals as a replacement to Pebble Beach Road Course after being deemed too dangerous. 2.2 miles and sporting an absurd 180-foot elevation change, Laguna Seca is a staple of racing in America. Corkscrew and Andretti Hairpin, just a few corners to name around this incredible natural terrain road course. Our format for this evening is as follows. Drivers are on track now for open qualifying, which will set the grid for our 45-minute feature race. All cars are running a fixed setup with traction control and anti-lock braking systems disabled. We have 7 gallons of fuel in each car, and that is capped, so we will have 1 mandatory pit stop for each driver tonight. The Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge continues tonight on the Automotive Sports Network. With Bryan, Sawyer on the production truck, Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz as we welcome you to round number 7 tonight. Our series is proudly brought to you in association with Woven by Toyota. Toyota's vision for a mobility society and the Toyota mobility concept focuses on extending the value of the car, expanding mobility into new realms, and integrating mobility with social systems. In line with this framework, Woven will help Toyota to develop next-generation cars, including advanced BEVs, and to realize a mobility society in which everyone can move freely, happily, and safely. For more information on Woven's role in Toyota's vision for mobility, visit woven.toyota today. Coverage all season also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Also, our cameras for the entire season provided by TrackCams22.com. And I want to say thank you so much to Cody Erdman for filling in not only for me, but for Justin Robichaud. I'm a good schedule planner, so I was at a concert 2 weeks ago, and Justin, medical emergency out of the blue. Glad you're back. Glad we're back. And Sabian Ragster holds a pretty commanding lead. Do you think he makes it 5 in a row? I mean, it's just like Max Verstappen in F1. Brilliance is happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has a strong shot of a lot of the drivers here. I've been Sabian's teammate. I know he's turned thousands of laps here, so I'm excited to see what a focused Sabian looks like at a track he's very familiar with, and if anyone else has an answer or can come out ahead here in qualifying.
It's like we planned the qualifying order to be scripted like this. So quick note, a little bit of a delay on the production side. Bryan Sawyer's got it all fixed again. Thank you so much for your help. And we've been taking a look at qualifying through the first 10 or so minutes, and Sabian was up front at the top of the board. Schofield just pipped him. He ran a 0.6, I think, before we were on the air. So Schofield, Ragster, Martel Wets clog the top 5. Just real quick, coming into Laguna Seca, we're going to go over the Drivers' Championship. Sabian Raxter, 40-point lead over second place points, Chris Wets. And it's not as big. Well, it's only a 4-point gap. 5-point gap if you win a race versus second. So Raxter looking just a pinch on the good side. Wets, Martel, Clog, Dalton Lott, the top 5. Schofield, Quinn, Rakowski, Klein, and Jared Lott rounding out the top 10. In the team's championship, woven by Toyota 472, Uneven Gaming Motorsport 317, Sequential 259. I don't expect any movement tonight in the team's championship. The Lott brothers are not here. Sequential only has one car. And of course, Raxter out front for the Toyota factory team. So we have 3 rounds after this, and I don't want to say the championship is anywhere close to being clinched, of course, but if he keeps this momentum up, we might see a race early.
Oh, we definitely
in a couple weeks.
We definitely could. Savian's got a commanding lead here, and I've been thinking about it too. Sonoma is a home track for him. He's a California native, and he's a karting champion out there at the kart track at Sonoma. So knows his way around that track and that area. So he's got a good advantage going into next week too. So and we cap off the last couple weeks with 2 trips to 2 Japanese tracks. So I think he's got a great shot there as well. Yeah, definitely has a chance. Absolutely, Josh.
So did Raxter go quicker? He did. 136.264.
Pulls the ace.
A quarter of a second faster than Schofield in the 27.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Oh,
so
boy.
Not only did he take the pole position, tentatively, of course, but he ran with it, Justin. And I don't know. Schofield's had terrible luck when we were together. Remember in Indianapolis in the first round in Tsukuba? So what'll happen there? Will Francois bounce back? Obviously, we both weren't here for 2 weeks ago, but I think Cody nearly had a cardiac event when he was commentating that race.
I was in the hospital, literally watching the race live as much as I could while I was getting pumped with meds and stuff. Acute appendicitis, so I had my appendix out. So that was a wild ride. It's been pretty fun. But I was right there watching too, and what an exciting race yet again. I can't believe the show these drivers keep putting on. And another couple minutes here in qualifying, drivers have maybe a shot or 2 left to try and dethrone Raxter, but 3/10 ahead here. Just an ace out of his sleeve. You got to wonder if he was holding that to the last couple laps, if he's got a secret. Like I said, thousands of laps here. He knows every nuance, every little bump, curve, what it does to the cars, and I'm sure it didn't take him long to figure it out.
I'm going to place a bet, if I was a betting man, on Francois Martel. Rallycross Supercars, reigning champion. He is in 3rd in qualifying right now. He's really the last car to challenge, crosses the line, and it doesn't count. I think he got out off track on that final corner.
Very possible.
The 12 will not improve his time. Just want to go over a couple programming notes before we get rolling, as Sunday is the return of NASA Rallycross Lights. And for the first time ever, we'll have a live broadcast. You'll have Jared Lott and hopefully Robbie Larill in the commentary box, and Victor Valley making his production truck return. Join them on Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern on ASN Live. That is super nerve-wracking for me personally, because normally I'd have to be involved somehow, so I get to drive and be selfish. It's kind of nice. And the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge returns for the 29th season on Monday, and we split to contenders as well. Coverage begins tentatively, I think it's 7 p.m. Eastern time here on ASN Live. I could be wrong, but we'll figure it out together. At least I can tell you that Supercar coverage will be at its normal time at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So excited for that, Justin. I know I'm getting ahead of myself yet again, but to have 2 series for Supercars, I never thought we would have been able to do it.
It's super exciting. Very exciting. The split's been a long time coming. I think we're going to be able to pull the numbers, and with the Light Series being so popular, bringing in a ton of new drivers to the series and the league as a whole, it's the right time. We're filling all 3, it seems. Lights is bursting out of the seams. I can't believe there are so many people signed up for it. But that's just phenomenal racing. Close battles and Rallycross. I mean, Rallycross is fun as it is. that Beetle's just wicked. The Beetle Light's fun. I mean, you know, Josh. I mean, you're the reigning champion. You're throwing that thing around like it's a Sunday drive, whooping drivers left.
It's such a fun car to drive. I relate it back to the NASCAR Racing 2003 physics. It was low on power, super gripped, so fun to drive. And one last programming note. Our next race, and I know you haven't even gotten to the green flag yet here, but our next race will be in Sonoma, California, Thursday, October 19th. You'll join myself, Josh Mertz, Justin Robichaud, and Bryan Sawyer for that one. Our grid here in Laguna Seca, Savian Raxter on pole position, David Schofield alongside him. Second row of the grid, Francois Martel and Chris Wetz, Josh Klog, Brock Quinn, Rakowski, Webb, Klein, and Sashit Fithaldis. Apologies for the pause there. I was thinking that Klein was coming through on the stream. Luke Solberg, Justin Ament, JP Ramos, who's not here, so ignore 13th and 14th because Justin joined as a driver, but then Matty Grove and Jake Robichaud on the back row of the grid. So it looks like removing you and Ramos gives us a 14-car field this evening. Still impressive car count, to be perfectly honest.
Well, Brian was telling me earlier people don't really like this track, I guess. I don't know why, but I like it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's the corkscrew that gets everybody. The corkscrew's quite an experience. In VR, you actually do kind of get the lift in your tummy a bit when you go down it. So it's quite a drop. Really don't see it in some of the camera angles or some of the pictures, but the drop is pretty egregious. Quite crazy.
As the maximum amount of points, and I know already talking about points too, you know it. Maximum amount of points you can score 51. So Raxter, if he just keeps doing what he's doing, which is perfection, not even kidding, he might be able to get this locked up a week early. I just love watching domination, and people say, that's boring. What are you doing? You're watching a guy doing so well. What can happen to dethrone him? What will happen? You have to begin that conversation now.
Oh, you do. And like it seemed like when we started to go in, we were going to have 5 drivers every week that we're going to battle. And it seems like a couple of them get stricken with bad luck as the race begins, basically just snuffing them out before it even starts. So let's see if we can get all these top five, these strong top 5 we've had all season long up there again. Get them through this first lap nice and clean. About to go green here and give us some nice wicked racing yet again, Josh.
We go green in Laguna Seca. Raxter gets a good jump over Schofield. Looks like Wetz is bump drafting him down the straightaway. We're 3 wide with Martel, Klog, and Quinn on the outside. Rakowski behind them. Down to the Andretti hairpin for the first time. Are we going to make it 4 wide? We won't, as Wetz backs out of it. Raxter inside. 3 wide. Klog shoots the middle. Tries to make the move stick. He does on Wetz. Rakowski to the inside. Into Klog and Schofield again. Yet again for the New Hampshire native. Klog backs up into Luke Solberg and Frank Klein. And now Rakowski battling for the second spot, making it through that mess, and Wetz lost a spot as well.
Unbelievable. And again, you see small mini mistakes by certain drivers as you come through too wide, and you get those 2 drivers. Like I said, again, I spoke too soon.
Commentators curse.
Talk about it all the time. Yeah.
Absolutely. So Raxter, Martel, Rakowski through turn 6 up the Rahal straightaway. Wetz, Quinn, Webb, Ament, Vidaldis, Schofield, Robichaud, Solberg, Klog, Matty Grove making his first start, and Frank Klein rounding out the field. Through the corkscrew for the first time, Martel defending on Rakowski, locks up mid-corner. Looks like Rakowski got a better run. Will she try the outside in the 999? Martel, a little bit wider line to defend. Through turn 9, rainy curve, down to turn 10. I say every corner, it's a great corner. This whole track just flows so well. Rakowski mid-corner there, Justin.
No, I agree with this track flowing so well. And like I said, a lot of people don't like the corkscrew here, but I find it's one of the more fun sectors on the track. It's super blind. You go over, you can't see at all, but nail it. It's absolutely smooth and very fun. In this final hairpin, I'm a MotoGP guy, and that final hairpin, I remember the year Valentino Rossi just kicks off Casey Stoner for a win here.
Not to cut you off, Wetz.
Oh my word! And look at the back straight here.
Takes the spot from Rakowski as we round turn 2. Andretti hairpin. Will Rakowski have anything to respond in turn 3? Switch back in the 999. Can't make anything happen. And Wetz now in the 71 sits in the 3rd spot.
And as you were saying, as I was yelling in excitement because on the straightaway we missed it, but Josh Klug gets taken in a bit of a tussle there with I'm trying to find out who here actually on the race replay.
Looks
but,
like he came together with, it was Sashit. I'm taking a look off monitor until we can pull up the replay. Sashit middle of the racetrack and Klug. Oh, he hit Pops, Jake Robichaud.
Yep.
And spun Sashit.
Oh man, just a three-way hit there.
Goes from bad to worse for the man from Maryland. So, Ragster, Martell, Wetz, Rakowski, Quinn, Webb off the track in the 818 in front of Schofield. No contact there. And just taking a look through the field, pretty calm now. And this is what everyone doesn't want to see, Justin, is Sabian Ragster pulling away. If you're Francois Martel, you trying to reel him in here.
Yeah, and you can't reel him in too hard either, because this is a track that's notoriously hard on tires because of all the elevation changes and the camber and just the aggressive high-speed corners here. They're just going through that right now. Sabian Ragster will, I guess,
Quinn to the inside on Rakowski in the 999. Sorry to cut you off. The Canadian to the inside of the driver from Maryland, down to turn 2. Andretti hairpin.
Holds it tight.
Makes it stick. Such a classic corner because is it 1 apex? Is it 2? You can make that decision in turn 2 here at Laguna Seca.
So much room. Absolutely. And so much room everywhere. A lot of the corners are like I said, they're fast moving. There's a lot of well, I say a lot of room on exit, but there's not really. You do have to kind of thread the needle with a car going that fast in a lot of these corners. And yeah, the tires are going to heat up, and you can't push too hard, like I was saying with Francois. But Sabian Ragster way out and ahead right now. Gap of about 1.5, sitting comfy.
Ragster and Martel equal on lap time, 136.432. Let's take a second look at the accident on the first lap of the race. I'll take a look, live pictures internally here. And it's just in the middle. Can't really get it from that angle, but I think Rakowski hit the curb.
Rakowski comes up on the inside and gives David Schofield almost a bit of a body check out of the way. And he just comes right into Klug and kind of ends him a bit.
As back to live pictures, 1 minute 36.141 for Ragster. That was the fastest lap. 136.319 for Martel. And to put it into perspective, Wetz ran a 37.433. And I don't think we have any other 36s in the field right now. No Schofield, no Klug. So I think if you're Francois, and we've talked about this so many times this season, just keep them in your sights and try and out-strategize.
Yeah, and right now, Sabian Ragster just needs to put everything ahead of him and just keep driving. And Francois needs to hope for a mistake of some kind. And Chris Wetz right now, that's going to be the battle to watch. I think he's going to be trying to hold off Brock Quinn. Brock Quinn and Jess Rakowski have shown a lot of pace in the last few rounds. I expect them to give Wetz a little bit of a run for their money here at Laguna, especially as tires start to drop off. We're going to see who's really been pushing and who's been driving just a bit within their limits, but still fast at the pace.
As I know when we ran our test for Rallycross, Jess Rakowski shown an incredible increase in pace. And I think she told me, as commentators curse, as I talk about her locks up going in the corkscrew, she upgraded to, I think it's a Moza, an R9 wheel. Forgive my ignorance, but I know the increase in quality of equipment has helped the 999 for sure. You got to forgive me. I'm a Logitech boy through and through. Promise, not a sponsor. So Martel, 1.9 behind Ragster. Rakowski sits in the 5th spot. She's behind Wetz and Quinn, who are 3rd and 4th. But now with that mistake in the corkscrew, Justin, Schofield trying to sneak in and take the spot from the 999. Defending down the inside. I was going to give you a moment, but is Rakowski letting him have it? Seems like he's got a better run off the corner. So side by side down to the Andretti hairpin.
He do here.
Deep on the brakes, locking up his Rakowski.
A little too hard.
Woo!
He's setting up for an over-under. He's going to come on the outside.
Hits the curb, off the track goes the 27.
The inside in this corner, he's going to take it here.
And takes the spot.
Easy. David Schofield holding on. She's just Jess Rakowski's just a bit off track there. Looks like she's going to fall behind on David Schofield as he just starts to drive away with it already here.
As I was going to say much earlier on.
Stop me like that again.
I was going to say much earlier on that forgive the rustiness because it's been a month since we've commentated together. And as I was just about thinking to say that, I took a look off monitor. Ament, Solberg, and Klein having a scrap for what looks like the 8th spot as Klein got cut off in turn 3 by Ament in the 6th. And Ament, a huge run maybe up the Rahal straight to the corkscrew. It's so hard to make a move in the corkscrew, though. Will he look driver's left? Doesn't even attempt to move. And we have Schofield passing Rakowski. They're battling again here, Justin. We got battles all over the track.
Gracious, we are having battles all over the track here.
Solberg, Schofield, words are hard. He has passed Rakowski again. Hopefully we can get a side-by-side because they have swapped 3 times. And we also have the battle with Solberg, Ament, and Klein as Solberg locks up. We're taking a look on the left, the battle for 5th between David Schofield, Jess Rakowski, and the battle on the right is for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Rakowski deep on the brakes in the 999. Yet again, she doesn't lock up this time and takes the spot from Schofield. Edwin Webb in the 818 as well, trying to sneak into the picture.
Wow, a little back and forth. I wasn't expecting that from these two drivers here at all. Jess Rakowski really giving it to David Schofield, making him work for his redemption day again. Another redemption day for David Schofield. He's already back to 6th, which is better than how he's placed the last couple times he's been turned around. So that's good to see. Josh Clogg now is fighting for his redemption day too.
This battle's still going on.
Look at that, another cross. A bit of a lockup there by Jess, and she gives it back to David.
Webb's got a great run off of turn 5 into 6. You can't pass there, Edwin.
Oh, no, but
for a moment.
No, but he's just sitting there, just licking his lips at this little battle, because if they keep this up, he's going to be fighting for a spot here in the top 5, too.
The battle with Schofield, Klein, and Ament has fizzled out, so this is our best battle at the moment. Not missing anything up front. Gap is 2.2 seconds from Ragster to Martel, and I think Schofield, what caused that whole thing this last lap, Schofield, I think, made a mistake in the corkscrew. Through turn 9, rainy curve, Rakowski hit the curb, so we'll just have to take a look and see if she can regroup and take the fight back to the man from New Hampshire. Such excellent racing, despite only having 14 cars. As Josh Clogg languishing in the back, he does get by Jake Robichaud for the 11th position in the 199.
Flies on by, and he's got a lot of work to do to catch up from the mistake that happened earlier. Really no fault of his own, just wrong place at the wrong time. But it seems to be happening a lot to at least a couple drivers in the top 5. Like I said, I cursed it right when we started.
As let's get an update on lap times for the top 2 or 3. 1 minute 36.8 for Ragster. 1 minute 36.5 for Martel. 1 minute 37.0 for Wet. So it's a 3/10 shift. We'll just have to keep an eye if Martel can close this gap. 3/10 up that last lap, Justin.
Yeah, and the only two in the 136s at the moment, and they're really battling hard. I mean, Ragster's got a couple seconds on him, so we'll see what happens in the pit lane. We've seen people give up a couple seconds in the pit lane just on a bad entry or a lockup, or someone could get a penalty, maybe pushing a bit too hard. We'll see.
I want to add to that pit entry. It's a very, very difficult pit entry.
Right.
Not to go on a real racing tangent, we saw Will Power make a mistake here in IndyCar. I think it was last year or this past race. But my point is, you brake for the pit entry like a corner, but then it's basically a chicane and a hairpin. It's wild. So my main thought is if you lock up bad enough, you skip over the dirt and hit the wall, or will iRacing give you a cutting penalty or an unsafe pit entry penalty? So we've seen crazy things happen in NASA, whether it's sports cars or rallycross, so anything can happen.
Definitely, and to be honest, I've not done a lot of laps at this track where I've needed to do a pit, so I've not practiced it much myself personally. But I do know it is a very tight hairpin, and yeah, this sim will smack you with something if you get in there too hot. I forget how they calculate that, but if you get past that line and you're speeding, I think it's 40 seconds in the pits, or 20 seconds. So it's a huge hit.
We talked about the last lap. Savian Ragster was down 0.3 of a second on Francois Martel, where he responded 1 minute 36.4 to a 1 minute 36.7. Wetz 36.9. Brock Quinn holding his own on the 4th spot. What is happening between Rakowski and Schofield again? Rakowski took the spot. I'm going to take a look off monitor.
He's got a better run, though, so he comes back up on the inside here.
Oh, Schofield made another mistake in the corkscrew, completely ran it wide, and he takes the spot.
Obliterates it here. Wow. Wow, he just shoved that car in there, and it just did exactly what he wanted.
Trying to take the spot on Schofield. Schofield made 2 mistakes in the corkscrew, nearly does it again. Very squirrely over the crest.
Very wide of them on the exit. Jess is on the corkscrew as well, just trying so hard to catch up to David and make another move yet again. This is the move to watch here.
Nothing's changed up front, but this battle for the 5th spot, this is incredible stuff here in the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge here in Laguna Seca. Edwin Webb also on the back of these two if anything goes wrong. Last lap for Ragster, 36.5, 36.8 for Martel. So he's taking it and running with it. Like I said earlier on, is Ragster in the 91. Schofield's last lap, 38.3, 39.2 for Rakowski in the 999. Edwin Webb, 38.307. Just taking a look through the field, Frank Klein sits in 8th. 9th is Luke Solberg. 10th, Justin Ament. 11th, Josh Klog. 12th, Jake Robichaud. 13th, Matty Grove. And 14th will be Seshit Fithaldas in the 555. So, as it seems like everything has calmed down, not to cut you off, I want to get this in before it gets spicy. So we're going to step aside for just a couple moments. You won't miss anything here on ASN as we go side by side from Laguna Seca.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Side nearly 3 wide, Ament and Palacio. Front bumper of Betti down to turn 2. Klog takes the lead. Still hasn't jokered inside. Klog on McKenna. Contact between them. Well, Romain Rateau has led all evening long, but Schofield to the inside, and he makes it stick. Funny story about Bryan Sawyer. He showed up to the track 5 minutes ago with 0 practice, and each lap increasing in pace for the man from Wisconsin. brakes in the 812, clobbering the curve to get by Olivier Rateau.
Ready.
We welcome you back to round 7 of the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. With Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck, Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz. We are live on the Automotive Sports Network, and we have 27 minutes left to go. And Jess Rakowski, during our break, was the first car to pull the pin and pit. So we'll just have to take a look and see on pit strategy. But Justin, Ragster now 3.6 seconds ahead of Francois Martel in the 12. Wetz in third, Quinn in fourth, Schofield in fifth. And Schofield's pulled away from Rakowski, so everyone pretty much driving their own races now.
Yeah, they have moved out quite a bit with Jess dropping off to do her pit and
Clog
kind of
pits.
leaving them out. Yeah, it's that's really it. Clog's up to 9th now, so he pits out of 9th. So he'll drop back a little bit, but he'll come back up a little more later. But the pits are coming through, and David a little close up track there. Spun the car right around, cut the left rear on the dirt a little bit.
And remember,
but this is Savian's race to lose, man. Like he's just he's just focused. I knew he was gonna put up a fight today, and he's just gonna deliver a knockout punch.
it is fascinatingly scary to watch someone so focused and so really perfect, aside from a few little tiny mistakes, but having so much momentum. He pits now in the
there he goes, there he goes.
Diving in. Remember, it's right, left hairpin. And into the pit lane goes the 91. Martel stays out. Will we expect a response from the 12 next time around? Wetz does not pit. So I'll keep an eye internally on the 91 of Ragster. Schofield does not pit either, so that battle for 5th. Nothing happens right now, but Ragster into the pit box. As expected, no tires here in Laguna Seca, so he'll get the fuel and back on track.
Edwin dives down in there too, and this might be where a lot of a drive. Yep, Edwin or Luke and Frank Klein are down there as well.
So Klein,
drivers are gonna start to come off now too.
Solberg pit. So Martel, will he respond this time around? He figured out a little bit of a loophole to be 2 seconds faster on his pit rotation. So will we see the same games played this evening? Ragster obviously out of the pit lane. Webb and Klein in the pit lane as well. Rakowski gets by them. We're gonna have to wait for Schofield to pit for that battle for 5th, and Martel to pit for the battle for the lead.
Yeah, and fairly respectable time from Savian too. He put up a 36.3 in the lane.
Through the corkscrew, the 12 car is jumping, Justin. Wow. He is on the limit and then some.
Just leaping the car off the track. You can't use tires if they don't touch the asphalt, Josh, right?
Francois doesn't pit, but I don't know. We're racing Rallycross Monday, brother, not tonight. But he is utilizing the curbs and the AstroTurf and then some. Let's take a look at his lap time when he crosses here to end lap 13. 1 minute 36.280.
Wow.
Schofield pits in the 27, so we'll keep an eye on the battle for 5th. Where is Rakowski? She is going up the Rahal straight to the corkscrew in the 999. Off the track is Justin Ament in the 6. I'm just flicking through the field. The man from Phoenix into the wall in the corkscrew. Let's get some comparisons. 1 minute 36.2 for Martel. That's been documented. Where is Ragster across the line? That was his pit lap, was a 58, so we won't get an accurate lap then.
We'll get it now, though.
As apologies, you get so focused when you're doing these things, you kind of forget the important details.
Well, yeah, Francois stayed out. He kind of shook us a little bit, so he stayed out with Chris Wetz and Brock Quinn. So
comparing Rakowski and Schofield, Schofield out of the pit lane. She was a 0.6 up, but I think Schofield's going to have this down into the first corner. Thank you, Bryan, for pulling those comparisons up. And an easy hold of the 5th spot for the man from New Hampshire.
Yeah, even with a 6/10 slower pit too. So David came out of his box 6/10 slower overall, but still keeps the gap plentiful, lots of room.
As Sashit Vithaldis and Jake Robichaud battling for the 7th spot. Sashit locked up down to turn 2, but took the spot on the elder Robichaud. We've got Klein, Klog, and Solberg battling for the 9th spot. And is that Rakowski all over the... I don't know what I'm talking about. Welcome to live TV.
No, that looks like Luke Solberg at the back.
It is Solberg.
Yeah,
Apologies there. It has been a month for me, so it's been a little bit of a long time since I've been out. So, Klein and Klog battling for the 9th spot. Do we expect Klein to let Klog have it?
Oh, yeah, he blew by it and just grabbed the inside and runs away with it. He's hungry for his positions back.
I think Klein and Solberg, that's going to be that real battle for that spot. Martel does not pit in the 12, 1 minute 36.673. Where is Ragster? He crosses 136.630. It is equal lap time, but what is the delta?
Frank goes to the inside, locks it up, almost hits him.
And Jake Robichaud having an issue in the corkscrew as well. We're going to have 4 cars under a blanket. Solberg to the inside of Klein, nearly touching through turn 9.
Giving Klein almost a bit of his own medicine back, actually, from that move he tried to make up there on
Robichaud late on the pit commitment. Ooh. And Klog nearly hit him in the 199 there. Does Solberg have pace against Klog? Be interesting to see. Will we see?
Like he's got a bit of a run here.
Slipstreaming down the front straightaway, over the crest of turn 1, down to the Andretti hairpin, peeking to the inside. Luke Solberg braking deep, can't make it stick. In the number 11, apologies for that one. I'm trying to find when Francois pit. He's not pitting yet.
He's not. No, the top 3 right now. Francois, Chris Wetz, and Brock Quinn. I was watching them. They all 3 didn't pit. They're staying.
I don't know. I can't help but think that this is helping Savian because he doesn't have fresh tires, but I don't know. I would have responded immediately, but that's just me. Schofield ahead of Rakowski in this battle for 7th, Klog and Solberg. As Klog's lap didn't count the last time around, Solberg ran a 39.8 in the 11 car. And I don't think top 3 have not pitted. As Ament letting the field by. So Ragster, the first car that has pitted in the 91. He sits in the 4th spot, Justin.
Yeah, and he's just got clean air either way, to be honest. So he's kind of sitting pretty regardless. He just has to keep his head down and keep racing the race. It's been havoc. Nice and smooth, very consistent. Just pinnacle of consistency at the moment.
As Wetz holding 2nd. Martel up the Ray Hall straight to the corkscrew yet again on lap 16. We have just under 20 minutes, 19 and a half minutes left to go. Klog in the pit lane again. Does he have a penalty in the 199? He does. It must have been speeding on pit lane.
Oh, that is brutal.
Josh, after you running me off the road, you didn't even pit yet?
And Klein not happy with the 199. And Klog. Wow. So some fireworks here in Laguna Seca.
Yeah. Klog is racing hungry, and it's
pits.
showing to the other drivers, too.
Wetz pits in the 71. So now we'll keep an eye on Martel and maybe Brock. Maybe Brock has something for Wetz, but we'll just have to wait and see, of course. As thanks for joining us on the Automotive Sports Network for the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. We have streams Sunday night, Monday night, and Thursday. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on all platforms for all of our updates. And if you'd like to join us here in NASA, www.nasasimracing.com for supercars, lights, and sports cars. So, Justin, 18 and a half minutes left to go.
Wow.
You don't have Ragster pitted, Wetz exiting the pit lane. He gets passed by Ragster. And Klog coming across in the text chat. He's not happy with Klein, so fists are being thrown virtually here.
Wow. Yeah, it's getting a bit heated, and I'm not surprised, to be honest. Josh Klog's been the victim of a lot of bad luck this season, so if he's going to get kind of pushed and shoved around, I can see how he's kind of near the end of his rope as well. We've got a bit of team orders here. Brock flies by Sashit here. As I'm just kind of looking at the positioning right now too, and Francois is quite a bit ahead of Brock, who's in second at the moment, and I should say it's an unpitted second. But Savian Ragster really is not far behind. Not far behind Brock Quinn at all, and I just find it comical when Brock goes off, Savian's just going to be off to the races. But the margin of Francois is still very, very close. He's still
005 pitting.
Here he goes. Nice. Oh, slings it around the corner. So now we're just watching Francois here to see if he gets off anytime soon. He's got to be on fumes here soon. There's no way that car lasts much more than 20 laps.
So Ament and Jake Robichaud in front of Ragster. Now there are blue flags, of course. Ragster in the final corner. Wow! He saved it. He had the rears locked up, and I thought he was going to loop it in the 91. He is on the limit, and then some. And I know I said that for Martel, but ratcheted up a couple notches for Ragster. Let's take a look. Try and pull it up here, as Bryan has broken the replay system.
Thank you.
As we're supposed to be looking at the final corner, Bryan, not the first corner, for Savian Ragster. He comes across in my ear and says, "It's set up." I don't know what you're talking about. Apologies, we know what we're doing. So
he's got the rewind button right there.
Take this, Justin. Take it.
Yeah, we got. So he comes in real hot here, and you just see it. Oh, just for a second. Oh, and the rears when they do that, it's not very fun, especially in a hairpin. Like the final corner there, just not good, not good. He's got to not make more mistakes like that if he wants to keep this lead against Francois Martel, who's still making some pretty good laps.
Martel pits.
Here we go. Oh my goodness gracious, that was so close.
So now we look at Ragster. Pull up Ragster on a side box if you don't mind.
I got him.
We're going to take a look. Genuine excitement. I love it. Here in the NASA Sports Car Challenge, Martel into the pit lane. Will we see a rotation for the race lead? Ragster through the penultimate corner, down to the final corner.
Get them side by side, Bryan.
In the final corner is Ragster. Martel still in the pit lane. Ragster comes off the final corner. I don't know if he'll be able to get it exiting the box. Can he get it through? Was he bogged or was it just super slow?
Oh, he spun the tires though, so he got it.
Crosses the line to take the spot, but Martel will have a shorter run down to the first corner. Will we see some spicy action in this first corner? Martel pushing hard in the 12, and he goes off the track.
Oh my God, no, you can't make a move like that if you're going to try and push for the lead. So now he's lost even more time. 15
minutes left to go, and will it be an unsafe exit for Martel in the 12?
I'm watching that right now, and I will tell you that I don't see anything yet for him.
Will race control call that on the French-Canadian while he's trying to battle for the race lead?
I am not seeing anything come down from the sim on Francois for that, so he must have stuck within the race limits. But yeah, Bryan is right. There's a point where you can get off track there and almost call that an unsafe rejoin because you're getting into the track surface area. So, so far, according to what I'm seeing, looks like he dodged that by a bit.
So
still lots of ground to make up, though. That's a huge mistake to make if you're going to try and chase for a lead against a guy like Savian Ragster, who's just heads down, laser focused. Making one little mistake, but otherwise pretty consistent.
We'll get an update through the field as we hit the final third of the race here in Laguna Seca.
Chris
out
Wett's
front.
coming up. Oh, he was coming up on lap traffic, but Robichaud let him by.
As
corner doesn't lose much time at all.
Ragster leads his last lap, a 36.497. Martel will cross the line. That lap time is irrelevant because he pitted. He sits in second. Wett's in third, 37.2. Then we have Brock Quinn and Schofield rounding out the top five. Because I think Frank Klein, there was an issue in the back of the field. Solberg went off the track in turn 6 there. Take a second look for Luke Solberg, and we might be a little bit ahead of the incident again.
Oh,
as the replay system of work in progress.
Oh boy!
Apparently, but just went off the track. Looks like he missed the apex. It is so crucial to basically hit that red curb at that corner.
Or pretty Pretty close, yeah.
Beyond required to hit that, an impressive save for the 11. He sits now in the 8th spot. Schofield rounded out the top 5. We had Rakowski and Klein 6th and 7th, then Solberg, Edwin Webb, Sashit Fithaldis, Ament, Jake Robichaud, Matt Grove, and the 1 retirement, Josh Klog, in the 199.
Retirement. That sucks to see for a guy like Josh Klog. He's been kind of clawing his way back up the series ladder, but that's a blow late in the series. You don't want to have races like that. So got to delete this one from your mind and start focusing on Sonoma Cup. To be honest,
2.5 seconds is the gap from Ragster to Martel. And I know it seems like Martel off the track in the 12. I was just about to say, has he given up?
Boy.
No, he has not given up in the 12. We were talking about in the open how didn't want it to seem like we were just calling the finish there, but it's so motivating when you've got someone so quick in front of you that you can chase. You got a rabbit to chase, Justin.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially if you can learn a thing or two, or if they're just close enough where you can maybe squeeze a secret out or something they're doing with the car that you can learn. And yeah, you know what? I love chasing people, to be honest, and that's really the best way to get quicker is to just try and chase people a little bit faster than you, and then just keep doing that until you gain speed to get your secrets. You kind of got to get quick to get quick in that sense, because you got to keep up with the fast guys to be able to learn the fast tricks. But it's always a work in progress, and guys like Francois Martel are people that I can't keep up with for the life of me when they're pushing to even learn a thing or two.
2/10 of a second. That last lap, Martel was faster than Savian Ragster in the 91. So will we see a response from the French Canadian? Wett's comfortably holding the 3rd spot on the podium in the 71. He's had we say quiet season. I say quiet because he really hasn't had that many battles unless he's coming through the field like Mid-Ohio, if I recall correctly, as Ragster and Martel gap 2.3 seconds. We take a look on monitor. It looks like one of the Woven cars, so it's a battle for 8th, Luke Solberg and Edwin Webb in the 818. Ragster's going to cross the line to end lap number 21. Just over 10 minutes left. 36.5 to a 36.4. Justin, it's a 1/10 of a second again.
Oh boy. He found something, and you know what? Like tire degradation, we talked about it a little bit earlier on, but you got to wonder is there's going to be a little bit there. That lockup by Savian can't be good for those tires. Heats them up a little bit. You got to properly cool those down, and if you don't, it can just hurt you in the long run. So we'll see if just as the laps go on, we've seen someone claw back a bit and make a push at the end. I wonder if we got something like that going on again tonight.
Will we see team orders with the Woven cars? Sashit in the 555 in front of his teammate Savian Ragster. Martel chasing the 91 down. Wett's in 3rd, Quinn in 4th. Schofield has pulled away by an impressive margin over Jess Rakowski. 17 seconds, if that's right. There must have been a penalty for the 999.
Oh boy.
Solberg made a mistake in the final corner ahead of Edwin Webb in the 818. So we still have this battle for the 8th spot. Looks like it's our best battle on track currently, as we hit 9 minutes and some change left to go.
And there goes Sashit. Just I wouldn't call that team orders, but Sashit just respects Savian so much. There's no way he would get in front of him at all and sacrifice a win like this, and especially the 5th in a row.
Solberg and Webb still battling for the 8th position. I'm going to keep an eye on the lap times internally as we cross to end lap 23. 37.1 for Ragster and a 36.6 for Martel. Gap is 1.8 seconds.
Wow, just unbelievable.
Sashit runs wide to give the spot to Martel.
Very respectful all over the place here.
Everyone else running their own races. Aside from Solberg and Webb, these guys are the next cars to be caught. I don't
walks it up, goes really deep into the corkscrew. Lets Edwin on the outside, comes in and takes the spot away.
As Webb in the 818 takes the spot. I apologize. Apparently my stuff's been on replay for the last 3 minutes. I promise I know what I'm doing.
Hey, I've done that before.
It's been crazy that it's been a month since we've done this, so apologies for the rust.
I know. It's crazy it's been that long since I've really... It's been a few weeks since I've been in the semi. A couple weeks, a few weeks. Yeah.
So the battle for 8th has fizzled out, but the battle for the lead is getting closer. It's been kind of around 1.8 seconds. I've been taking a look on the live delta.
That last lap, 137.1 and a 136.6.
So Bryan came across and said that our internal timing that he has is predicting Martel to pass Ragster. 1 minute 36.3 to a 1 minute 36.5. Are we sure that that model is correct?
He's got time. Seven minutes based on the last 2 laps. I can totally see that, Josh. I mean, the last lap was, well, okay, not the one we just had. It was just 2 tenths, but the one before that was about 8 tenths difference. So, yeah, if he keeps doing that, there's definitely a shot. Definitely a shot. Savian Ragster's made a mistake already so far, so if anything happens, obviously Francois is right there. He's just clutching on.
So I know we're obviously not in Rallycross, but the NASA record for consecutive wins, if I remember correctly, is 7, Luke Krause, in 2021. When are we going to start the conversation to tying that NASA record? It has to be next week.
If it's a NASA record, yeah, absolutely. And it would be monumental, really. In an inaugural season by a factory driver, no less, too. It's just, it's overtly impressive. And Savian, I've spoken to him a lot. Obviously, he's our partner and our liaison with Woven to make this happen. And just to see him dominating this series, I know it's putting a smile on his face. I can hear it in his voice every week when I speak with him. But very, very passionate with this car and passionate about Toyota, obviously, as a staff member at Woven. And yeah, he's showing the dedication. Does he look to be quicker? And Francois, we'll find out here as the tickers go by. He was 136.1 to a 136.2.
So I actually corrected myself. Luke Krause had 7 wins in that season. He had 5 in a row. So if it pans out, we're going to tie a NASA record.
Wow. That was a whole NASA record. That's excellent. That's excellent. And he's, like I said, Sonoma's his home track. He's going into next week with a huge smile on his face. Again, on another track that he's done thousands of laps on, and probably many in real life too. So, wow, he's going to be happy to go and try and smash that record next week. So, what a very emotional week it'll be for him next week if he can pull off another win yet again. I mean, I know this race isn't over at the moment. We've still got at least 3 laps to go.
And we don't.
At least 2.
Of course, we don't want to call it too soon, but I'm a stat guy, and I always talk about stats. You know me,
stats. You got to dream about the stats. Absolutely, I'm there with you. This has been huge. The last lap, 36.1. I think you had called it out. 36.1 to a 36.2. Did you see the same thing I saw? He was really light in the corkscrew. I don't know. Like, I know we've got the replay thing, but like, I would love to get that camera angle like super slow-mo if we can. Like that's the way the car moves down that corkscrew. Let's pull it. I can do it. If you want to pull my screen up.
Ending lap 25. We have a prediction of 28 laps, so we should be looking at 3 laps to go. So we just take a look through the corkscrew, Savian Ragster. In the 91. Apologies for backing everything up there, but 36.4 to a 36.3. The gap is shrank by a tenth. Martel was losing that car. He was crashing that car in turn 1. He was so late on the brakes. You know when someone's at the edge of their brakes because they are manhandling it, and he is trying. It's going to be 2 laps to go this time.
And a tenth quicker again. So, I mean, he's got a very big gap to make up. It's almost going to take a mistake from Ragster at this point. But he's holding on. He's right there. He's within striking distance if anything happens, and he knows it. Chris Wett's also there just in case. You never know.
Quinn in 4th. Still 5th is Schofield. 6th is Rakowski. Rakowski has been dropped considerably by Schofield, even more so than she was. I think there was another mistake with the 999. Battle for 8th is going to rage on again. Edwin Webb and Solberg. Solberg was 0.6 of a second up that last time around on Edwin Webb in the 818. and Martel fully committed in the 12. So is Ragster. We're going to come to the penultimate lap here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. And it has been a scintillating battle this evening, despite the timing screen saying otherwise. Will we see a pass here, Justin, from Solberg to Webb? 0.8 of a second up that last time, or 6, apologies there. Webb defends, crosses again, and Solberg can't do anything with it.
Sticks it in there deep, and he's just clutched onto the bumper at the moment.
1 minute 36.6 to a 36.2. The gap is 1.5 with 2 laps to go.
Solberg way off the track and almost gives the spot back to Edwin. A little bit of
we have this
here.
battle for 8th and the battle for the lead. It is shrinking. It is 1.4 seconds.
Oh, boy.
With a record being tied, hanging in the balance. Ragster and Martel on the left, and the battle for 8th on the right. Solberg takes the spot before turn 6.
Slams the door on Edwin there.
He's going to have a compromised line, I think. Gap is 1.3 from Ragster to Martel. Martel fully committed off the track. Rally crossing through turn 5.
Oh,
he only lost a couple tenths. Now the gap is increased, 1.7 seconds between those two.
My goodness, there's battles everywhere at the moment. We've got a bunch of people just trying to clutch for points at the final, in the final breaths of this race.
We'll take a look at lap times. Gap is down to 1.5. We've got 1 lap left to go here in California to see if Sabian Ragster will win again to tie a NASA record. 5 consecutive victories. Yes, it's a different series, but Luke Krause did it. 2021 C in Rallycross. It was Norway, Brands Hatch, Sonoma, Wild Horse, and Iowa, and it is hanging in the balance for Sabian Ragster. We have 1 lap, 2.24 miles left to go, and the gap is 1.8 from Ragster to Martel. And despite going off the road, Martel was only 0.2 slower than Ragster. I think he was on a flyer when he ran off.
Oh, wow. But that last time around, though, Sabian was 0.2 quicker, so we'll see. I don't know. It's going to take a mistake, but it's Sabian's to lose, and I don't think this is a track he knows. He'll just let off at this point. There's no way he drives 100%, not with a 1.5 second cushion. He'd rather just finish the race out, take this W.
No real battles. Ament and Robichaud are pitting from 11th and 12th. I'm not sure what's happening there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the battles have fizzled out for the most part.
Like Edwin's a half a second behind Luke Solberg right now, but that's a battle for 8th at the moment. Died the corkscrew together.
Up the Rahal straight for the final time for Sabian Ragster in car number 91. It was a hell of a fight that Francois Martel put up, and yeah, he didn't get under 1.3 seconds, but the man from Canada certainly pushed, he certainly tried, and he certainly has pace. But a man who has more pace than Martel is Sabian Ragster. The record is 5 consecutive wins, and that was in Rallycross. But in NASA, of course, we go across all series for records. Final corner for the man from California, recently moved to New York, but that doesn't faze him. He will win for the 5th consecutive time in the season, winning in Laguna Seca ahead of Francois Martel. Ragster does it again.
Oh, yeah!
Wow. Oh, and the oh yeah over the chat and victory. You know, he's super pumped about that. The victory dance down the last straightaway. What a win, what a win. And here we go. Luke Solberg still being harassed by Edwin Webb as they're coming. This is the last little battle we have here for the end of the lap.
Wetz in 3rd, Quinn in 4th. Schofield will come home in 5th. As we still have this battle between Solberg and Webb, if we can take a look at that one. And Webb is here on the 11 of Solberg. Will we see a potential dive bomb in the final, or the corkscrew there?
Very possible. He's been trying that move there the last couple laps. He's been going pretty deep into the corkscrew Edwin Webb has on Luke. We'll see if he tries this again here.
So Rakowski will round the final corner and come home in the 6th spot. She showed incredible pace against David Schofield. Not sure what happened to the 999. She will come home in 6th. Jake Robichaud off the lead lap in 11th. Frank Klein running a lonely race in 7th after having an argument with Josh Clogg over text chat, but I think this battle might have fizzled out between Luke Solberg and Edwin Webb, but we'll just have to wait and see. These are the final 2 cars to complete the race here in Laguna Seca.
barring a mistake here. Totally possible. No, we're good. Nice and clean.
Solberg 8th, Edwin Webb 9th. Rounding out the top 10, Sashit Vithaldas, if we can get confirmation of the results this evening. Here in California, Savian Ragster will win ahead of Francois Martel, Chris Wetz, Brock Quinn, Schofield rounding out the top 5. Rakowski, Klein, Solberg, Webb, Vithaldas, the top 10. Robichaud, Ament, Grove, and Clog rounding out the field. As Ramos qualified and did not race, and Justin Robichaud up in the commentary box with me.
Last. Yes, yeah, we'll try not to join as a driver again.
As I am going to move everybody in to the cooldown room, and we'll bring in Chris Wetz in the 71. And it's I wasn't able to watch last week or 2 weeks ago, but it seemed like today you just kind of ran your own race. Aside from what happened on the first lap.
I don't even know. I was stuck outside 3 wide. Somebody, I guess, tossed it in on the inside. They had contact on the exit of the hairpin.
As I think, if I remember correctly, it was Rakowski bumping into Clog, who spun into a couple of other cars. So I guess aside from that, walk me through your race. I mean, it seemed, I hate to seem boring, it seemed pretty straightforward, kind of lonely. You were just hot lapping for 45 minutes.
Yeah, it really was. That's one of the better races I've driven at Laguna Seca, but yeah, I was just trying to save the tire. I just didn't have the pace for Savian and Francois. I was just trying to keep David or Brock behind me.
As unfortunately, it doesn't look like you were on the podium a couple weeks ago in Road America, so it broke a 4-week streak of you being on the podium. So I guess who do you like to thank for this third place run?
Just NASA, True North Esports. It's about all I have. I don't have any sponsors, so.
Alrighty, my friend. We will hopefully see you Monday for Rallycross, or in a couple weeks at Sonoma.
Yep, I'll be there.
I'll take P2, as I always enjoy having the race winner interviewed by you, Justin. So Francois, this that was intense. It got down to 1.3. You were seemed like you were pushing for all you were worth there.
Yeah, exactly. Personally, I'm spent today. Like, I did 11 hours of deliveries, so I just wanted to go on the sim, drive around, cruise around. But yeah, something happened like right before the pits. I really found the groove, and I didn't want to leave it. I saw Savion go to the pits, and I was putting down my best lap times, so I wanted to stay out there, and it got really extra competitive. When he would pull away a little bit, I would do a mistake. Then right after that, I would do a mistake after. So, like, we were far, but we were still super close, and the tension was amazing. It's super fun.
As if it's any consolation, I think you're gonna gain a few more points on Wetz in the championship. So it's 5 more points. So that gap's gonna be 2 battling for second. I don't want to write off the championship, but what are your thoughts going into the final couple of races in that battle for second?
You know, I think there's always a lesson in every race, and this one is that I need to practice to find that magic like groove. This way we can have much closer fights on the track. So I'm looking forward to putting down my best lap time. Even if the championship is basically over, I wouldn't want to win it because of DNFs. Yeah, I'm still going to enjoy fighting Savion on the track, for sure.
I have one last thing for you. So you know how when you exited the pit lane, right? You went on the sand, right?
Yeah.
Do you know Rallycross is Monday, right?
It's old habits die hard.
I guess that's true. Anyone you'd like to thank for your P2, my friend?
Yes, Team Watson Racing, as always. The season for NASA Rallycross is starting soon, so if you want to catch the setup that I'll be using in the Subaru, go on teamwatsonracing.com. Big thanks to Woven Planet by Toyota. It's amazing that you guys are interested in sim racing and making this league, which is the best possible. So thanks for that. And as always, I really love the commentary you do. So thank you.
Thank you, my friend. We'll see you Monday.
Yes.
As Francois Martel reigning Supercars champion P2 tonight in the sports cars. And the man of the hour, I have one thing for you, Savian, before I turn it over to Justin Robichaud. With your victory tonight, you have tied an all-time NASA record. So Luke Cross got 5 wins in a row in 2021 C in Rallycross. You have tied that record. I just want to tell you that. Justin Robichaud, all yours.
And not only that, like, you win tonight, you get the fastest lap again. I mean, I don't want to say it was a I thought it was a given, to be honest. I was kind of writing the script tonight. I was smiling. I was like, should I write it like fanboying Savian, because I know he is just incredible and has turned a million laps here. Like, I knew you had a shot. Like, but man, like, talk me through your race. It really, like, you just had to like put your goggles on and kind of like focus. Like, you had one little mishap that we kind of caught. You locked up in the final corner. You're probably a bit, you're probably a little wet in the pants from that one, right? But other than that, just put your goggles on and race, huh? Was that what you?
First off, that's so much pressure to tell me that I tied a NASA record, because now it's like
no pressure for next week.
Yeah. You know what this is? This is like Max Verstappen tying the all-time win record, and then Red Bull has Singapore, right? So like that's what I'm afraid of. So no, it's been really incredible. So Laguna Seca is pretty much a home track. I've been to this track in real life many times. So I used to live about an hour away from it. So I've done a whole lot of laps here, and it just kind of came together tonight. Was pretty consistent, was pretty quick here. And yeah, that's unfortunate that you guys caught that one moment. I locked up the rears. One lap, one time going into turn 11, and almost went off the track. But no, it was pretty good. I think I only got one incident point that race, so not too bad.
Fantastic. You actually, I can tell you right now, you did only get one. You were again the lowest incident point driver of all the ones racing. So just incredible, man, all around. Fantastic race. You got anybody you want to thank tonight?
Oh, I definitely got to thank my mom. She had me, so I got to thank her. She's the best. And of course, all the boys on the team, and you guys. Thank you guys for putting this whole thing together and doing an awesome job commentating and showing up and giving everyone a little excitement on their Thursday night.
Hey, you guys are part of that excitement too. So go enjoy this, man. 5 wins in a row.
One last thing. Sorry.
Go.
After next week, I'm just going to call it. The team's championship's going to get locked 2 weeks early. So I guess that's something else for you guys. But yes, great run tonight, and we'll see you in a couple weeks in Sonoma.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. So let's take a look at points real quick, and we'll get some final thoughts, because I did some quick math while you were interviewing him. If the factory team leaves with a 194-point lead over Uneven Gaming Motorsport, they clinch the championship. I'll tell you what, they've got 241 right now, so it is a given that the factory team will clinch that championship. And it's nothing against the Lott brothers. They weren't here. Sequential had one car. There's really, with the way that team is going and Raxter just pulling away, I mean, it's literally like Max this year in F1. He's winning the championship by himself.
Yeah, and
327 to 276 against Wets there, Justin.
No, and I don't want to say there's no interest either, but we need we're new, we're fresh. This is something we're trying out, and this is inaugural. We want this to be an annual thing. So if you're a driver and you think you can compete with these guys, I mean, put a team in. Like, we need some more competition. I mean, I don't want to say that the Woven team was the most dedicated, but they were obviously the most full for sure. But we just need more. We need more competition.
Raxter, Wets, Martell, Quinn, Schofield, the top 5 in points. Klog, Lott, Rakowski, Klein, Webb down the top 10. Woven by Toyota Factory Racing, 560. Uneven Gaming Motorsport, 317. Sequential, 291. True North, 276. And Team Watson Racing with 274. A couple of programming notes before we say goodnight on the Automotive Sports Network. Remember, our first live broadcast of NASA Rallycross Lights will be Sunday. That will be 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll join Jared Lott, Robbie Larill, and Victor Valley for that one. That's going to be super fun to watch back after I race. Monday, The Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge, first round of the 29th season, yes, I said that right, will be 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ASN Live. You notice on the graphic there it says 7. Josh, what are you smoking? Well, the NASA Rallycross contenders will have live broadcasts as well. Remember, we split the series into 2 for the first time in NASA history. We will be live 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I don't suspect that broadcast is going to run too long, so we're going to figure out how we're going to do it in the middle, and then we'll be live for Supercars at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Our next round for the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge will be at the Sonoma Raceway in California. That will be Thursday, October 19th on ASN Live. You'll join myself, Justin Robichaud, and Bryan Sawyer for that one. I do want to give a shout out as Justin Robichaud will be joining me for Supercars as well on Mondays. Just a reminder, our series is brought to you in association with Woven by Toyota, mobility to love, safety to live. For more information, visit woven.toyota today. It's also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. And finally, our cameras for the entire season in Rallycross and in sports cars, provided by TrackCams22.com. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. And if you'd like to race, all the info is at nasasimracing.com. We got all of our script stuff out of the way. Justin Robichaud, give me a final thought.
Another just fantastic race. Like I keep hoping we're gonna get these awesome races with little storylines, and we keep getting it. Like the only thing I wish we could get next week, and I guess Sonoma's one of those tracks. I don't know if it's gonna gift it to us because it's another awesome one as far as aesthetic and camber goes. But I just want all these drivers to get through the first lap safely, and we can get a really awesome first lap out of our top 5. I really want the top 5 to be under a blanket on the last lap, killing it like we've seen like 70% of the time this season. I mean, just another great race here, and I'm just excited to see what we get for the last week, Josh.
As I've talked all night long about watching perfection, whether it's F1, whatever race it is, right? I watched Max Verstappen win 10 in a row, and I was glued to my TV. I am glued to iRacing, watching Sabian Ragster 5 in a row and tie that NASA record with Luke Krause. The checkered flag falls on the evening. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Philip Krause, Cody Erdman, Victor Valley, Justin Robichaud, Jess Rakowski, Jared Lott, Robbie Larill, and Bryan Sawyer, my name is Josh Mertz, as we hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. Congratulations to Sabian Ragster for 5 wins in a row. Be sure to join us Sunday for lights, Monday for supercars, and in 2 weeks at Sonoma for sports cars. But until then, so long, everyone.